Karnataka council chaos. C.T. Ravi accused of crass remark. Minister claims Ravi called her prostitute.
सदन में एक मंत्री को अगर प्रोस्टिट्यूट बोलेंगे, प्रोस्टिट्यूट करके संबोधित करेंगे, तो कौन सी महिला राजकारण में आगे आएगी?
BJP denies the allegations. Launch protests.
ಸರ್ವಾಧಿಕಾರ ಮೆರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
Karnataka abuse row sparks political firestorm. Mega war of words erupts. Karnataka abuse row. That is our top focus on 5 Live.
BJP MLC C.T. Ravi has been arrested. He's currently in custody after he had an argument with Karnataka's Minister Lakshmi Hebbalkar during a legislative session. While during the session, he's been accused of calling Lakshmi Hebbalkar as prostitute. Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar confirms this altercation, saying that his words have all been captured on camera, though BJP on its part denies the allegations, saying, let there be a probe into this. If there is proof, then he'll face the action as well. Well, he claims that he's being a victim to targeting and vendetta politics by the Congress party, who they call as dictatorship, saying that they won't last long, this government is to fall, BJP denying the allegations. But I'm taking you through this report exactly what happened.
Dramatic scenes unfolded at the Suvarna Vidhan Sauda in Belgavi on Thursday evening as the Karnataka police took BJP MLC C.T. Ravi into custody for allegedly making derogatory remarks against a Karnataka woman minister. India Today has accessed the video that triggered the police action. C.T. Ravi and the Karnataka minister Lakshmi Hebbalkar can be seen arguing in this video. The Congress claims the BJP MLC accused Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha and Congress Party MP Rahul Gandhi of being a drug addict. In response, the minister called Ravi a murderer, alleging his role in a road rage case. Ravi then lashed out, allegedly calling the minister a prostitute. Later, the BJP claimed he had used the word frustrate.
अगर सदन में एक मंत्री को अगर प्रोस्टिट्यूट बोलेंगे, प्रोस्टिट्यूट करके संबोधित करेंगे, तो कौन सी महिला राजकारण में आगे आएगी? राहुल गांधी जी को इररिलेवेंट था, राहुल गांधी जी का नाम लेना ही नहीं था, राहुल गांधी जी का कुछ लेना देना ही नहीं था.
The situation got tense as the minister's supporters tried to hit the BJP MLC in the assembly building. Ravi was taken into custody when he was staging a protest along with BJP leaders and members. The BJP leader on Friday claimed his life was in danger. In a video being circulated widely, Ravi can be seen questioning the police officials. He filed an assault case against the Congress leaders who allegedly tried to attack him.
ತಾನಾಸಾಯಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಾಧ್ಯ, ಸರ್ವಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ದಿನ ನಡೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಚುಕ್ತಾ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ತಪಾಸಣೆ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಸರ್? ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್,
ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, FIR ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತು ಜನಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿ ಆ ರೀತಿ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ.
Ravi also alleged physical and mental harassment by the police.
They have taken him single, and no MLC was there along with him. He was taken into secluded place also. and literally the Congress workers were also following the police vehicle. Anything could have happened.
The Congress defended the police action.
Immediately he has said that you are a prostitute. So this is the culture of the more than 10 dozen times he has said that. So this is the culture of the BJP.
The face-off between the Congress and the BJP started when the Grand Old Party staged protests against Union Home Minister Amit Shah over his statement that the Congress claimed insulted Baba Saheb Ambedkar. With Sagai Raj, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, we have Lakshmi Hebbalkar, Karnataka minister's complaint copy that we've accessed. Hebbalkar says C.T. Ravi has sexually harassed me. She says C.T. Ravi's actions have outraged my modesty. Huge development there. And while that's said, C.T. Ravi now battles for relief. He wants bail and he moves the Karnataka High Court. The appeal had first gone to the Sessions Court. The Sessions Court had held on to it. The verdict is yet to come there. But it appears that C.T. Ravi has now knocked the doors of the Karnataka High Court for immediate relief. He's already spent a day in prison. He was in prison last night. He accuses the Karnataka police of torturing him, of trying to murder him, etc. He's filed a counter complaint as well. But here is C.T. Ravi trying to seek relief at a time when Lakshmi Hebbalkar, Karnataka sitting minister, has leveled some serious charges against him. I'm bringing in Nagarjun Dwarkanath, who's tracking the story very closely for us. Nagarjun, C.T. Ravi now knocking the doors of the Karnataka High Court, wanting immediate relief. What's been the verdict with the Sessions Court? Has it been delivered yet, or we're waiting it?
Nabila, at this point of time, two cases are going on simultaneously, one in the High Court, one in the Sessions Court of Karnataka. The Sessions Court is hearing based on the JMFC court in Belgaum what the court ordered that C.T. Ravi, considering is a public representative, he has to be produced in front of the public representatives court here in Bengaluru, and Justice Gajanana is hearing the court's verdict, in fact the bail matter. Shyam Sundar, advocate for appearing on behalf of Lakshmi Hebbalkar, and Ashok Harnalli, senior counsel, is appearing for C.T. Ravi. The argument is going as we speak. The defense of C.T. Ravi advocates are that whatever you speak in the House will remain in the House, and they can't be prosecuted for the comments that is made on the floor of the House. And this itself is according to the Supreme Court guidelines that you can't prosecute leaders based on what they spoke inside the House. But what advocate for Lakshmi Hebbalkar is saying is that this is considered as sexual harassment and needs to be prosecuted. Doesn't matter if he spoke in the House or in public. This is considered sexual harassment, and hence he needs to be prosecuted, and asking for judicial custody 14 days so that they can take FSL sample reports of his audio as voice samples also, and then get a report and then match it with the videos available is what lawyer Shyam Sundar is asking.
What's shocking here? So in that case, is C.T. Ravi admitting that he called Lakshmi Hebbalkar as prostitute? Because so long I've heard his reactions coming in to all the media questions that he hasn't said that. He denies these allegations, saying, I haven't even used that word. But on the contrary, there are videos doing the rounds that very clearly show him repeatedly using that word against Lakshmi Hebbalkar. So has he admitted it? Has the BJP admitted it, that their Neta has said and spoken such language?
No, the BJP has not admitted it. In fact, my colleague Saga in Belgaum also was talking to the BJP leaders and questioned them directly that we have audio-video evidences of him calling the unparliamentary word, but they did defend him, saying that he said frustrate. It's an afterthought to use the word called prostitute. He didn't use that word, but he only said you're frustrated, and Lakshmi Hebbalkar misheard it, is what the BJP leaders are also defending Mr. Ravi. When Ravi also said that before getting arrested, he spoke to India Today. He said that I didn't use the unparliamentary word. I know my limitations. I only said you're frustrated, and Ms. Hebbalkar misheard it and mistook it, and I can't help it if she misheard it, is what Ravi has said. But what is shocking is also that he says that there's a threat to his life in the last 8 hours, he was roamed around, he was made to roam around 400 to 500 kilometers across 3 districts, and he alleges that not a drop of water was given to him by the police, and he started bleeding from his forehead during the commotion in the police custody. All this, in fact, deposed before the judge in Belgaum also, but the matter is in the court. We'll have to wait and watch in maybe a couple of hours before he reaches Bangalore, which takes another 7 hours because he's just crossed Hubli. If at all he gets a relief, police will have to drop C.T. Ravi wherever he is, because the court would have ordered for a bail. If not, most likely then he'll go to judicial custody.
Well, let's see what happens. But Nagarjun, thanks very much for joining us. We will continue tracking. We hear some of the BJP workers are, of course, protesting. They've held protests across different parts of Karnataka. They're also trying to stop the police from taking C.T. Ravi to Bengaluru. We're going to bring you that news in just moments from now. But let me bring our panelists here. Narendra Rangappa, Karnataka BJP spokesperson, joining us. We also have Lavanya Balal, Congress spokesperson. Narendra Rangappa, your leader, the BJP MLC, has spoken such words. It's shameful. One can't imagine that a man of his stature, repeatedly who's been elected or nominated by your party, has spoken in such a fashion, and there is video evidence. The BJP denies it, at least the leaders that we've spoken to. But what would be your take on this?
Nabila madam, first let me start by saying this alleged incident occurred in the council, and the chairman of the council is the safekeeper and guardian of the council. So an initial meeting was held between Ravi and some leaders from the Congress, including Srimati Lakshmi Hebbalkar. The chairman has categorically said he doesn't have any proof of such a conversation in the council. And
all right.
Mr. Ravi,
I'd like you to just stay with us, Narendra ji. We are looking at some visuals coming in of some BJP workers who we hear have tried to stop the police from escorting C.T. Ravi to Bengaluru. C.T. Ravi is currently en route to Bengaluru. He's, of course, being escorted by the police. He's right now a man who's in custody, police custody. If at all the court does not grant him bail, then C.T. Ravi, the BJP MLC, will be held in prison tonight as well. And as for long as the police wants him to investigate this case, here are some of the visuals coming in. En route, Bengaluru BJP workers trying to stop the police from taking C.T. Ravi to Bengaluru. The BJP, of course, has launched this all-out protest condemning this arrest as targeted vendetta politics. BJP refusing to admit or agree that C.T. Ravi has spoken these words. They demand an FSL investigation, a probe into the video that they may have recorded through CCTV cameras of the Karnataka Council. They want that to be probed, but until then, they refuse to believe that C.T. Ravi spoke in that fashion. I'm going to play up this audio for you of these protests. Let's hear it a bit. Yeah, well, Narendra ji, we're looking at the BJP workers. They're protesting in such a fashion. In fact, let me also bring in Lavanya Balal. Lavanya, we're looking at images of BJP workers who are gherowing the police convoy, trying to stop them in Dharwad from taking C.T. Ravi any further.
You didn't allow me to complete, ma'am. Give me 1 minute.
Yes, sir. No. All right. Narendra, you complete your word. I'm just bringing in Lavanya for the only reason because we are looking at the BJP trying to resist from C.T. Ravi being taken into custody.
Can I?
Go on.
Can I, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Please go on. I think we're going to try and get Mr. Narendra's audio checked. But Lavanya, please go on. We're looking at images of BJP workers resisting C.T. Ravi's arrest. They call this Tanashahi regime, dictatorship.
Good evening, Nabila. It's very unfortunate today when we are supposed to be discussing about issues like, maybe renewable energy or space program. We are reduced to having debates about, our people's representatives or behavior, basics of civility is what we are discussing today, Nabila. And it is very unfortunate that a former minister like C.T. Ravi would resort to calling her a prostitute. She represents the women, the children, and the senior citizens of the state of Karnataka. That is almost 70% of the state's population. And for him to call her unprovoked and to make unprovoked personal comments is disgusting. People who defend C.T. Ravi today, I think, lack civility. And C.T. Ravi is notorious forever for making obscene, vulgar comments about opposition leaders. And this is not the first time.
But we also saw how Lakshmi Hebbalkar's supporters barged into the council area, tried to heckle C.T. Ravi, chased him away. That could have been controlled by the...
Yeah, 1 second. Let me finish. So, there was a reaction by the mob, which is not condoned at all. We do not condone that. And when they talk about, he was taken around the city, if you had heard the CM today, it was for his own safety. We did not want the mob mentality to take over, and we did not want the mob to know where this particular person is. And it was for his own safety. At this point of time, when the BJP workers are obstructing the police, it is obstruction of justice. What are they protesting against? Are they saying that, calling a woman
Could we play that visual out there, please, of the police convoy? Yeah, go on.
Exactly. I mean, what are they trying to achieve by stopping the police? They're basically disrespecting the law and order, and it is obstruction of justice. Let the police do what they're supposed to do. Why does the BJP have to bring a mob there? What are they trying to achieve?
All right, let me bring in Narendra Dangapar. Narendra ji, if your audio has been fixed, if you can hear me, can you?
I can hear you, ma'am.
Yeah, please go on. We see BJP workers trying to stop the police convoy, resisting arrest. If he's innocent, let him face investigation and then, let him get acquitted as per norms of the law. Why obstruct the police from doing their duty?
See, we had to obviously protest against the police handedness in which way Mr. Ravi was treated. Because immediately after arrest of any person, under section 54 of CRPC, now BNNS 53A, a person has to get immediate medical attention and medical examination. Mr. Ravi, he was injured on his camp. It could have been a very dangerous injury. Why he was not taken to the hospital immediately? Why was he put in a jeep and made to roam around Bagalkot and all the other places in the 3 districts, Dharwad, Bagalkot and Belgaum? Why was he not given medical attention till 3 o'clock in the morning? Why no food and water was provided? Is this not high-handedness?
Absolutely.
Is this democratic government that is ruling Karnataka? You are harassing the BJP
and if
workers and BJP ministers. Whereas Mr. Siddaramaiah, who is the first accused in his graft case, A1 under the Lokayukta, and FIR has been done, and charge sheet has been done, he is still not been arrested. Why?
Okay, just a moment.
Why is he not been
I
arrested?
just want to ask you, Dr. Narendra, I want to ask you, has C.T. Ravi used that unparliamentary word calling Karnataka lady minister as prostitute or not?
Madam, Ravi has outrightly said he has not. And this
but the
is
videos,
vindicated
sir,
by
the videos very clearly show that he has.
Indicated by the statement of the council chairman. And
the video very clearly shows that he has, and I'd like for you also to take a quick look at that video that we have. Let me play that out for you. If I can ask my panel director to play out that video that we have that clearly shows the sequence of events with C.T. Ravi heard repeatedly hurling abuses at Lakshmi Hebbalkar. Of course, Hebbalkar has also called him murderer, but here's what panned out. Let's listen in. Very, very shameful. Dr. Narendra, this is so embarrassing to hear a BJP MLC, a man that you have nominated to that position there, saying something like that. It's very clearly heard. But I believe that the BJP demands for an FSL investigation. You want this to be probed?
See, definitely, FSL report has to be taken. And see, our stand is vindicated because the chairman has said there is no proof in the, the CCTV and the other mics that are covering the council. There are no evidence to point out these words have been
But I can hear it. Anyone listening to that audio can very clearly hear it, Mr. Narendra.
So what the chairman of the council is saying, is it wrong?
The chairman of the council was not present then.
So
Mr.
let us wait for
was not in the
investigation.
council when the incident happened. He only said, I will look into the matter and this must not escalate.
Let us not have a negative thought about it. Let us allow the investigation to happen.
Nabila?
Let the FSL
No, but when
report come.
that we can allow the investigation to happen, but BJP is the same party when there were slogans of Pakistan Zindabad that were raised in the Vidhan Sauda. You demanded immediate arrest, immediate resignation of the Congress leader. You did not wait for an FSL. Nonetheless, FSL happened. Correct.
FSL report
But
came
at that
and
point,
he did pronounce those words.
At that point, you did not want to wait for an FSL.
Report. We have full faith in the government organizations. Unlike Congress, where they don't like local Dalat when they don't want. They don't want any other central organization when they want.
Quick word.
And why was
Lavanya, quickly make your point.
Yeah, Nabila, all I would like to remind the BJP counterpart here is you are the party which says Beti Bachao. And let me make it very clear, Mr. Horati was not in the council when the incident happened, and he said he will look into the matter and not to escalate the issue. Those were the only words by Mr. Horati, and he did not say that the incident has not happened. And for a former minister to use these words from a party which comes saying Beti Bachao, it is disgusting. Any person with a little bit of civility wouldn't be sitting here today defending the indefensible. Mr. C.T. Ravi is a repeat offender when it comes to using vulgar, obscene words against the opposition party.
But Lavanya, he deserves every right as a citizen. Why was he not given any kind of medical attention when he was seen profusely bleeding? In fact, there were images of C.T. Ravi bleeding from his forehead. If we can play that out for you. How did he get that injury? He's bleeding from his forehead. He should have ideally been given medical help at the earliest. Why was he taken around repeatedly in circles all over the place? He's, treating him like a hardened criminal is also not right.
Nabila, if I may respond to that. There was a mob which wanted to attack Mr. C.T. Ravi. It was for his own safety. In CM's own words today morning, it was for C.T. Ravi's own safety that he was not taken into any of the stations in Belgaum, and they were looking for a safe place
Why
to
was
take him to,
medical
and they
attention
took him to
delayed?
Khanapur.
He really looks like he's bleeding profusely. Why was medical
He's not
attention
bleeding
delayed?
profusely. He is bleeding, but he's not bleeding profusely. Let us not exaggerate what is happening. He's not bleeding profusely. Yes, he's got
but that's not for the netas to decide now how he's doing. His health is for the doctors to conclude on.
It is not for anybody to say, oh, he's bleeding profusely. I'm sorry. No, he's bleeding. I agree.
No, let the doctors conclude on that. He deserves, and it is his right for medical attention. His health checkup should have been done.
I totally agree. He has all his rights. And the police should be allowed to do its duty. Today, the BJP party
All right, we have some big news coming in. C.T. Ravi gets bail. That's the big news here. C.T. Ravi gets bail. The Karnataka High Court has quickly granted C.T. Ravi bail. He approached the High Court for relief, and it appears he's got relief. C.T. Ravi had knocked the doors of the Karnataka High Court. The Sessions Court had, of course, reserved its verdict on another case. There were two complaints that were filed against C.T. Ravi, but on one of it, he knocked at the doors of the Karnataka High Court, and it appears that C.T. Ravi has now been granted bail. Huge relief there for C.T. Ravi, as we know that the Karnataka police is now escorting him all the way to Bengaluru. He's currently coming via Dharwad, and it appears now that the police will have to drop him off wherever he wants because he no more can be held by the police. He's been granted bail. Nagarjun Dwarkandar joining us for more on that. Nagarjun, big relief for C.T. Ravi. He instantly has gotten relief. There was no wait, it appears. Karnataka High Court has decided to let him off on bail.
That's true. In fact, Justice Uma, who was hearing the petition right now in the High Court of Karnataka, this was a noon lunch petition, moved around 3 p.m. and Senior Counsel Sandeep Chauta was arguing in favor of C.T. Ravi. What the court took note was that unfortunate incidents happen in the Assembly of Karnataka. If at all the alleged remarks and unparliamentary words were used, it's completely unfortunate. But still the way the police entered the Assembly and took the public representative and manhandled him was condemned from the High Court, and also said that considering he's an MLC, there's no chance of him absconding and he would be available to the police for investigation, and hence prima facie the court has given a interim bail on conditions that surety of bond as well as he should be available for the investigation whenever the police call him for questioning and recording statements. And the court also said that hand delivery of the verdict can be taken so that the counsel for C.T. Ravi will take the court order of bail petition. They'll take it in hand and go to the police, deliver it personally, and then get C.T. Ravi released. So it would take another couple of hours before C.T. is released. He's not in the jail as of now, so that question of coming out of the jail post 6 o'clock would not arise. So wherever they meet C.T. Ravi and the police on the High Court, the lawyers would give him the hard copy of the bail verdict and then let CT of the car that he is in. At this point of time, what we are told, he is in Shiggaon in Haveri, taken to a tourist bungalow or the IB, that is a government quarters, for some snacks and coffee because he was hungry. So they are still around 300 kilometers away from Bengaluru.
All right, so big relief there for C.T. Ravi. Certainly a reason for him to take a breather because it was quite intense for the last 24 hours. We saw some images that also showed C.T. Ravi teary-eyed. Is that right, Nagarjun? He seems to have been quite shaken. Of course, what he said, if he said it, is not right. But what happened subsequently was also alarming. To see C.T. Ravi bleeding from his head, being dragged out by the police the way he was, and then driven around the entire city the whole night. At least he claims that he was driven around for 4 hours, not given adequate medical help in time, no food. Those were the allegations made. Of course, we've got to corroborate if it's true or not. Why don't you tell us that kind of treatment, like a hardened criminal, that C.T. Ravi faced in the last 24 hours?
Well, that's exactly what the court took note also, that why was he made to roam around all night. In fact, BJP claimed that, in fact, Vijayendra as well as C.T. Ravi both claimed that more than 400 kilometers C.T. Ravi was made to roam around in Bagalkot, in Belgaum and Dharwad districts, covering over 400 kilometers, and not a single drop of water was given. He was not made to sleep in a room. And one visual that we saw, C.T. Ravi was told to get off the jeep and try to move to another jeep. He sat on the floor in middle of the road, saying that he would not get into the car till the police tell him where they are taking him, and hence he said that there's a threat to my life. Police are not even telling me where they are taking me. He also alleged that they took him to a stone crusher somewhere in the rural parts of Belgaum, saying that this is a plot to kill me. To that extent, the allegations were made by C.T. Ravi. Only in the morning hours of today, C.T. Ravi was taken to a lodge or a resort to give him some breakfast. Till then, he was made to roam around, is what the BJP is saying. The police, of course, are of an opinion that they were still a lot of confusion as to, because of safety reasons, where would C.T. Ravi be put till the proper bandobast and security was beefed up. They could not put him in one place, because we already saw an attack that happened on C.T. Ravi inside the assembly. Considering security was the reason, he was still being taken around.
A quick word, the Sessions Court verdict is pending. What case is that?
Both are bail matters. Now that the High Court has given the matter, that would not matter now, because the High Court decision will oversee everything, and now the bail matter was given by the High Court. Justice Uma of Karnataka High Court has given the order. Now CT will be released anytime now.
The complaint that C.T. Ravi has filed accusing Karnataka police of murder, conspiracy, etc., has that been turned into an FIR?
Not yet. That's another problem that BJP leaders are facing. They're saying that we are filing a complaint, counter complaint, but that is not being registered. The complaint was one on Lakshmi Hebbalkar and her associates, that they tried to kill me, tried to attack me inside the assembly. That is not registered, because they are in the Khanapur police station. When CT tried to lodge this complaint, they say that this is not our jurisdiction. So CT argument is that zero FIR can be filed anywhere across India, and then
that's the visual there. That's in fact the visual for our viewers there, where Lakshmi Hebbalkar's supporters tried to heckle CT Ravi, literally chased him away, almost tried to attack him. He's filed a complaint on this matter. That hasn't turned into an FIR yet. Well, he gets relief now. Karnataka High Court has granted him bail. Thank you very much, Nagarjun Dwarkanath, for joining us with those details. High drama in the Sansad after Rahul Gandhi was booked by the Delhi police for assault. It is protest versus protest in the parliament that we saw today as well, with the BJP and the India bloc members holding massive showdown in the parliament, protesting against Rahul Gandhi. BJP netas demanding the leader of opposition's suspension for distorting and editing a video of Amit Shah where he spoke about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, saying it was edited to confuse the people. On the other hand, India bloc's MPs have staged a protest outside the parliament against the Home Minister Amit Shah for disrespecting B.R. Ambedkar.
अब जब उनका चेहरा बेनकाब हो गया तो राहुल गांधी के गुस्से में जिस तरह से कल आए और उनको एनडीए के सांसदों के बीच में जो होते धक्के देते जैसे निकले दल के साथ और सिक्योरिटी गार्ड की बात ही नहीं सुनी कि उनको साइड में से वहां से भी नहीं गए। ये दिखाता है कि चोट पहुंचाने की इच्छा हिंसा बहुत साफ है। 2 सांसदों के अस्पताल में भर्ती महिला सांसद का दुर्व्यवहार किया। हम राहुल गांधी और कांग्रेस पार्टी से माफी मांगने की मांग कर रहे हैं। जो अम्बेडकर का मानवाधिकार तक कांग्रेस पार्टी ने किया वो भी, और जो सांसदों के साथ राहुल गांधी ने किया वो भी।
किन मांगों को लेकर आप लोग यहाँ पर आ जाए?
कल जो कुछ भी हुआ वो 2001 में पाकिस्तानियों ने संसद भवन पर हमला किया था। आज हिंदुस्तान में बैठा हुआ अर्बन नक्सल राहुल गांधी जी के नेतृत्व में कल सांसदों को, नॉर्थ ईस्ट की महिला सांसद, शेड्यूल ट्राइब सांसद कोनियाक को जिस तरह से किया, जिस तरह से धक्का दिया, महिला पुरुष के संबंधों को जो है तार तार किया, जिस तरह से प्रताप सारंगी जैसे बूढ़े 70-72 साल के बूढ़े के साथ जो है उसने धक्का दी, हमारे संतोष पांडे जी के साथ उन्होंने जो है धक्का मुक्की किया, मुकेश राजपूत जी घायल हैं। तो यदि संसद में सांसद ही सुरक्षित नहीं है तो बाहर क्या सुरक्षित होगा? और हम लोगों को डर है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी और एनडीए के सांसदों को चुन चुनकर कांग्रेसी जो है उसकी हत्या करवा सकते हैं। उसके लिए हम लोग जो है प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं।
आपने नोटिस भी दिया है, नोटिस में आपने क्या मांग किया? प्रिविलेज नोटिस।
देखिए, कभी कोई सांसद यदि बोलते हैं तो उसका तथ्यात्मक चीज ही आपको सोशल मीडिया पर डालना है, पूरा वीडियो डालना है। माननीय अमित शाह जी के भाषण को तोड़ मरोड़ कर कांग्रेस ने पेश किया राहुल गांधी जी के नेतृत्व में, और ये प्रिविलेज बनता है, यही प्रिविलेज हमने दिया है माननीय लोकसभा अध्यक्ष।
कांग्रेस के पास बोलने के लिए कुछ नहीं बचा तो अब हाथापाई पे उतर के आया। तो राहुल गांधी खुद एक नेता है और खुद इस तरह से धक्का मुक्की करना ये तो शोभा नहीं देता है। तो इसलिए हमारे सांसदों का कहना है कि राहुल गांधी के खिलाफ में पुलिस कार्रवाई भी होना चाहिए और साथ साथ में राहुल गांधी जी देश से माफी मांगना चाहिए। ये हमारे एमपीज का जो डिमांड है वो तो जायज है, लेकिन हम चाहते हैं कि पार्लियामेंट शांति से चलना चाहिए, या हाथापाई नहीं होना चाहिए।
ये सरकार अडानी जी की चर्चा से डरती है, ये किसी भी चर्चा से डरती है। अब ये जानते हैं कि इन्होंने जो किया, इनकी असली भावना निकल आई है, जो अम्बेडकर जी के प्रति इनकी असली भावना है वो निकल आई है। इसलिए अब ये अब ऑपोजिशन से डर रहे हैं, क्योंकि हम इस मुद्दे को उठा रहे हैं, क्योंकि ये इस मुद्दे से जुड़ा पूरे देश का हित है। हमारा संविधान अम्बेडकर जी की देन है और इस देश की जनता की देन है और हमारी आजादी की लड़ाई की देन है, और उनका इस तरह से अपमान हिंदुस्तान नहीं सहेगा।
देखिए, एफआईआर तो मैं भी लेके गया था, हमारे साथ दिग्विजय सिंह जी, मुकुल वासनिक जी, तमाम सदस्य थे, हमने दिया। वहाँ पर बैनर में डंडे लगा के कौन आया था? वहाँ पर रास्ता किसने रोका था संसद में जाने का? ये भाजपा की फासिस्टवादी सोच है। अंबेडकर जी का अपमान हम नहीं सहेंगे, इसके लिए हम लड़ते रहेंगे, संघर्ष करते रहेंगे, चाहे जेल भेजो चाहे लाठी चलाओ।
आज प्रोटेस्ट,
ये देश ऋणी है अम्बेडकर जी का। हम भाजपा की फासिस्टवादी सोच के खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं, लड़ते रहेंगे।
जो विपक्ष की मांग है उन्हें अपनी गलती स्वीकार करनी चाहिए, माफी मांगनी चाहिए। हम कहीं पीछे मुड़ के नहीं देख सकते हैं। देश को जब आगे ले जाना है तो बाबा साहब भीमराव अम्बेडकर जी का दिया हुआ संविधान ही हमें रास्ता दिखाता है, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी संविधान और लोकतंत्र को समय समय पर कमजोर करने का काम करती है।
मैंने भी अध्यक्ष महोदय को एक चिट्ठी भेजी और इंक्वायरी की मांग की, क्योंकि मैं भी उस समय आदरणीय खड़गे जी, आदरणीय प्रियंका जी और विभिन्न हमारे लोकसभा के महिलाओं के सांसदों के साथ था, जब मैंने देखा कि किस प्रकार से भाजपा दल के पुरुष सांसद उन पर हावी हो रहे थे, आक्रामक हो रहे थे, उनके लिए रास्ता नहीं छोड़ रहे थे।
Right now, even as the Speaker of the Lok Sabha urged MPs not to protest in front of the Parliament, the opposition eventually staged a walkout.
इसको गंभीरता से लें और किसी भी स्थिति के अंदर द्वार पर और परिसर पर प्रदर्शन न करें, नहीं तो संसद को उचित कार्रवाई करनी पड़ेगी।
All right, shifting our focus, more trouble for SP MP Ziaur Rahman Barq. After Sambhal MP was caught stealing electricity, his MP's father has threatened government officials during a raid at their Sambhal residence. Ziaur Rahman's father allegedly threatened the government staff, saying, "Let the Samajwadi Party come back to power here, then we'll see." Remember, after an inspection by the Electricity Department, SP MP was booked for power theft and he's been slapped with a fine of 1.9 crores. Amid this, as per sources, SP MP Ziaur Rahman, who is also an accused in the Sambhal riots, has now sought time to meet Home Minister Amit Shah to discuss law and order situation in Sambhal.
ये वो टीम है जो सांसद जियाउर रहमान बर्क के घर पर गई थी हिम्मत जुटाते हुए और बिजली चोरी पकड़ी है। विनोद जी, क्या आपने शिकायत दी सांसद के खिलाफ और क्या एक्शन?
ऐसा है कि माननीय सांसद जी के घर पे जो है 2-2 किलोवाट के 2 कनेक्शन थे और सांसद जी के घर पे विगत 6 माह का जो है बिजली का खपत शून्य था और 2 बार हमारी टीम के लोग गए थे कि मीटर बदलवाने के लिए, लेकिन तो उनके द्वारा कोई सहयोग नहीं किया गया। अभी 2 दिन पहले हम लोगों ने पुलिस फोर्स के साथ वहाँ पे स्मार्ट मीटर लगाया, जिसमें डिमांड जो है 5 किलोवाट से अधिक है और यूनिट कितना है 45 किलोवाट। 2 दिन में ही काफी अच्छा खासी खपत हुई और मीटर का MRI किया गया, जिसमें मीटर जो है उससे बाईपास कर जो है चोरी पाई गई, जिसके खिलाफ हम लोगों ने प्राथमिकी दर्ज करा दी है।
अच्छा, तो जियाउर रहमान के खिलाफ एंटी कौन सेक्शन में
धारा 135
एंटी थेफ्ट पावर। अच्छा सर, जियाउर रहमान बर्क के घर पर जब पुलिस टीम गई, संभवतः जूनियर इंजीनियर आपके गए थे, क्या हुआ था वहाँ पर? नाम बता दीजिएगा।
बीके गंगल नाम है मेरा।
क्या हुआ था अंदर जब आप गए?
अंदर गए थे, लोड चेक कर रहे थे तो उनके फादर मौजूद थे। वो इस तरह की बातें कर रहे थे कि आप हमारी बना रहे हैं, हम आपकी वीडियो बना रहे हैं, आप हमारे FIR, हम आपकी FIR कराएंगे, सरकार बदलेगी तो आपके खिलाफ भी कार्रवाई कराएंगे।
अच्छा, तो मतलब जो सांसद के पिता हैं उन्होंने क्या कहा एग्जैक्ट?
यही बोला था गवर्नमेंट चेंज होगी तो हम आप लोगों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई कराएंगे और आप हमारी वीडियो बना रहे हैं, हम आपकी वीडियो बनवा रहे हैं, हम आपके खिलाफ FIR कराएंगे, आप हमारी करा रहे हैं, हम आपकी FIR।
All right. Well, let me take you through Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, who's spoken about Sanatan Dharma, wanting to preserve it, saying that Hindus should not forget what is happening to Hindus in Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan. Here's what he said, citing the Sambhal riots.
और याद करिए, दुनिया के अंदर अकेले सनातन धर्म है जिसने दुनिया की हर जाति, हर मत, हर मजहब, हर संप्रदाय के लोगों को उसकी विपत्ति के समय शरण दे करके संरक्षण दिया है, उसे फलने फूलने का एक अवसर दिया है। लेकिन क्या दुनिया के अंदर ऐसे ही हिंदुओं के साथ भी हो रहा है क्या? ऐसे ही हो रहा है क्या? आज बांग्लादेश में क्या हो रहा है? पाकिस्तान में क्या हुआ था? इससे पहले अफगानिस्तान में क्या हुआ था?
Now, even as Yogi Adityanath has said what he said, here's the ASI that's conducted a secret carbon dating survey of the Kartikeya temple in Sambhal. A 4-member team from the ASI surveyed the Sambhal temple and 5 other pilgrimage sites and 19 wells in the region. According to Sambhal DM, the survey has been completed, but details will be kept confidential due to security concerns. Now, this comes right at a time when the Supreme Court has also asked all courts now not to entertain any suits with regards to Mandir Masjid, not to allow for any surveys to take place. But this green signal for the survey at the Sambhal Mosque had been given earlier, and it appears that the ASI today very discreetly carried out this survey with 4 members in that team reaching that very pilgrimage site and carrying out a survey across the region along with 19 wells that they checked. The Sambhal DM was seen completing that and said that this was done in confidentiality only so that they don't instigate the crowds who may see them carrying out this survey.
उत्तर प्रदेश के संभल में जब 19 कूपों के जो है एएसआई सर्वे को लेकर जब संभल प्रशासन की तरफ से जो पत्र लिखा गया, तो आज इस वक्त जो एएसआई की टीम है वो भारी पुलिस बल के साथ जो संभल के जो कुएं हैं उस पर जो है कहीं ना कहीं जो क्या नाम है वो पूरी जांच करने के लिए पहुंची है। और इस वक्त जो टीम के अधिकारी हैं वो देखिए यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं कि देखिए ये वो एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीरें हैं आज तक पर जो है जहाँ पर जो है टीम के द्वारा जो है ये सर्वे किया जा रहा है, ये पूरी कार्रवाई यहाँ पर जो की जा रही है। तो इसी तरह से संभल में जिस तरीके से इस पूरे मामले को गोपनीय जो है रखा गया है सुरक्षा कारणों से, और उसके बाद अब जो ये टीम है वो यहाँ पर पहुंची है। और देखिए यहाँ मैं आपको देखिए आगे दिखाने की कोशिश करूं, देखिए यहाँ पर जो टीम के अधिकारी हैं, एएसआई की जो टीम के अधिकारी हैं वो यहाँ पर मौके पर मौजूद है और वो टीम अब यहाँ से निकल रही है। और इस पूरे जो ये दौरा था उसको कहीं ना कहीं जो है पूरी तरह से जो सुरक्षा कारणों से जो गोपनीय रखा गया और फिलहाल यहाँ पर भारी पुलिस बल की तैनाती की गई है। यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं, देखिए जो एएसआई के अधिकारी हैं वो अब यहाँ से सर्वे करने के बाद यहाँ से जो निकल चुके हैं।
एएसआई ने आज सुबह से जो सर्वे है वो स्टार्ट किया था और अभी 3:30 पर उनका सर्वे कंप्लीट हो गया है। उन्होंने कुछ कूपों का, नए मिले हुए मंदिर का और तीर्थों का सर्वे किया है। और जो भद्रकाश्रम है, स्वर्गदीप है, चक्रपाणी है और प्राचीन तीर्थ शमशान मंदिर समेत जो 19 कूप हैं उन सभी का निरीक्षण उन्होंने किया।
सर कितने घंटे का रहा सर्वे उनका?
लगभग 8 से 10 घंटे।
कितने लोग थे सर ये जो एएसआई से आए?
4 सदस्य थे।
वही जो लेटर में नाम